country. Yeah, that's all right. Yes. I can hear you. Is it all right? What's the weather in your country? Yeah, that's all right. Yes.
Hello, everyone in the chat. I'm live with Rob from Cinnamon Video. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Rob, for being here with me. This is amazing from you since it's midnight from you as well. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. No
It's
problem
my
at all.
pleasure. My pleasure. So, um, guys here in the chat, do you have any questions for Rob?
Hello,
Because
everyone in the chat.
I have
I'm
already
live
here a
with
few
Rob from
questions.
Cinnamon Video. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Rob, for being here with me.
If you have questions for Rob, please let me know because I have a few questions already from people that add them to the tweet. So if you're not, we are going to start with those questions. Just let me know, okay, guys? So, Rob, while we wait for questions from the chat, I would like to ask you something that is really interesting for me. I would like to know, how did you came up with the idea behind Cinnamon Video?
All right. So, since I was kid, I had multiple ideas, but I was uh, not having time or money to create any. And I was working in different roles, different positions. And 7 years ago, I bumped into crypto, and I really fall in love with Ripple. So I did everything to support them, and I also invested in XRP very early, and then I forgot about crypto, and I was doing my job after university. Um, but in 2017, when everything was booming, my friend told me that Ripple is going up, so I should check it again, and I did. As I was working in the bank as user experience designer, I thought to myself, as it was a dream for me to work for Ripple, that I could help my bank in Czech Republic to get in contact with someone from Ripple.
Perfect.
That was successful. So I met a couple of people, sales people in Europe, and then I started learning more and more about current Ripple strategies, and I really liked it. Then I discovered that Stefan Thomas was leaving Ripple, and I was a bit sad about it, but I was curious what's his new thing. So I started following him, and I had a chance to chat with him, so I offered him my expertise in what I was good at, and he was like, "Yeah, let's help us out, and we will figure it out." So I started working for Coil. It was 2019 early, 18, and then in October they invited me to San Francisco. It was first time for me in US, and as user experience guy, I did internal survey in Coil office. I spent hour and a half with every single employee there, asking about how they see future of Interledger web monetization and use cases for it. And
nice.
that was the time when I realized what should or could work as a product that could be built under Coil ecosystem. And I also knew that Coil was integrating with Chrome extension their web monetization into YouTube as well as to Twitch. And I was like, okay, so how about not mixing multiple business models, but creating new platform that will work entirely on web monetization? So I pitched the idea to Stefan. It was after I spent time with them in San Francisco, and he really liked it. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And I created a small team. It was 4 of us at the beginning. It was 16th of November. And we started working on architecture on the back end and front end side. We didn't know what will happen, how the platform will be called.
Yeah.
And actually, a colleague at Coil recommended us Cinnamon as its cinema plus monetization together.
Exactly. Perfect.
And it's English word. So
Exactly.
that's how the idea was born.
Well, that's extraordinary. With one idea, you are making something that I really believe it's going to be huge. That's
Thank you.
awesome. That's
Hopefully.
awesome. Perfect. And I didn't knew that you worked for Coil before. That was
Yeah,
great to know. Yeah.
a couple of months. It was
Perfect.
a great experience.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, exactly. And Rob, right now, how many people do you have on your team? Since you mentioned that you started with 4, how many are there now?
So we currently have 4 developers, 1 designer, myself. Then we have our COO, then Chief Content Officer, and our support guy constantly chatting with all of you on Twitter and other social networks, as well as on Intercom.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I love the
A
person
couple
that,
more.
yeah, exactly. The person that runs the page, the web page. I love that person. Always super funny when answers everything. I don't know the name of the person or if it's a guy or girl, but I love it.
Thank you very much.
Super
I'll
sweet,
forward it.
super sweet. I have here a question on chat from Gent Digital, and he's asking, I heard him talking about charities with Thinking Crypto. Can he shed some more light on that?
Yeah. So when I started Cinnamon, I was searching for different business strategies and what we could achieve with web monetization and Interledger. And one idea that I really loved was the way we can split revenue between creators, and we can do it in real time. And apart from splitting it between creators, you can also split it with charities. And we really love this idea, but haven't had time to really accomplish it. But now we are working on a bit disconnecting us from Coil. You'll always have to connect your Coil account in order to watch paid content, but if you're a content creator, the only thing you have to do is sign up using whatever social network you currently use. We will have a list of social networks, and then you have to pick wallet provider where you want your payout to go.
Oh, awesome!
And then once you will sign up and go through KYC on, let's say, Stronghold, then you'll come back with your payment pointer. You'll name it, add it to your profile. You'll be also able to add multiple payment pointers to your profile, to your settings, and pick the ones per video, but also set the one as a default. But as we are now working on these features, we were thinking that we could open discussion about charities. And we really like this idea. And I can say that in a month or two, we will start with 3 first charities that you can support through Cinnamon while watching paid content. And we'll see how it goes. If it'll be successful, we'll be adding more and more. And you as content creator, you can select if you want your payout to go fully to charity, or just 50% will go to charity. But if 50% will go to charity, we will match your payout.
Oh, that's so awesome. Awesome idea. I love that, because usually I don't have a lot of content now on Cinnamon. It's on my plans for 2020. I'm more of a writing person, but I said that last year that for this year I want to add more content to Cinnamon as well. This stream will be uploaded on Cinnamon too. So one thing that I try to do is when I have my coil boosts, I donate part of my boosts to several charities, to the XRP Teapot Fund, for example, to Good XRP, and that is awesome to have people seeing my videos and donate to charities right away. I love that. Awesome.
Yeah. Like it'll work like charities will have same profile as content creators or users, but they will have badge. Also, another charities can apply for being charities on our platform and receive that badge. And as you will be uploading videos, you can just search for anyone or charity and split the revenue between you and the other one. So it'll be very easy. And we are also going to display incomes for charities. So their profiles with incomes will be visible for everybody. So we will see how many dollars were spent or given away to charities. And I think that's very lovely.
Yeah, awesome. It's going to be all very simple, very transparent. Perfect. Yeah, exactly.
We call it donation automation, and it couldn't be done before ILP, Coil, or Ripple.
Absolutely.
So we are just so happy that we are able to do something that was never done before.
Yeah, of course. That's awesome. I love that idea. I can't wait to see that implemented, ready to go. Let's go, charities. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think Cinnamon in future could be go-to place if you want to support and donate to charities seamlessly while you're watching videos.
Exactly. This is perfect. I love that idea. And Rob, I have here another question for you from Lauren Lewis. She wants to know if Cinnamon is also planning on doing a sort of boost program for creators like Coil is doing right now.
Yeah, so that is the good question. And as we partner with Coil, and Coil is web monetization provider, the one entity that pays content creators, it's up to them because they are they are sending money and not us. And what we can do is that we'll have probably a form for content creators that they can apply for boosting program, and then we will forward those informations to Coil, and Coil will decide. But yeah, that's a good question, and we will probably dig into it.
So it would be more or less like when applying for the boost program. You have a form, you apply for it, and if you are accepted, you start getting boosted.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that could work.
It's great that you are trying to work as the same models as Coil, because you are doing more or less the same thing. Coil for written content and you for video. So yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. So I'm going back here to one question that we got on our tweet.
Yes.
And it's from Andrew. And Andrew is asking if you are thinking about implementing a featured page like we see for on Coil, or feature, or highlights, or pick of the week, because Coil also has the article that they choose the creators that they want to show on that blog. If you are thinking about implementing some sort of um, characteristic like that to show some creators, to give emphasis to some creators once a week or from time to time.
Yeah. So I just want to go back a bit. When we started designing and developing Cinnamon, we knew that we had to start with something that is functional, but still easy to develop within a couple of months.
Exactly.
And I think we've done a good job with that. But we also know about issues that content creators and users face in terms of user experience and discoverability of content. That's why we are trying to be iterative as much as possible, releasing new features in 1 week or 2 weeks. But in terms of explore page, we are definitely thinking about featured posts, but will not work exactly like that. What we will do are playlists, and everybody, including Cinnamon profile, will be able to create playlists. And those playlists will show up on the featured page. And yes, we will be doing our stuff picks as Cinnamon, but we will compete with other playlists in those featured sections of the page.
Exactly.
So you can follow our playlist. You can also you will be able to follow others' playlists based on topics, categories, or whoever will come with whatever. It'll be open to everybody, and we think that could be fun way to discover new content. So you can end up having playlist called Funny Cats or Crypto or vloggers or whatever, and people can follow those playlists. So whenever you will add more videos to those playlists, anybody can see it, but you can also explore more playlists and see more videos with related topic.
So it's a way to keep things more organized, content easier to find as well. Yeah,
Yes.
love it, love it. Great
Because
plans for 2020.
Pardon me?
Great plans for 2020.
Thank you.
So I have another question here. It's from the same person. It's Andrew again. This time he's asking on chat. Were there any big problems you faced when first starting to develop Cinnamon? If so, one example for one big problem that was hard when developing, and those problems were easy fix, or they were a challenge that acted to strengthen the team, in fact.
Yes. So everything that's happening within the team is, we don't think about it as a problem or issue, but something challenging for us. because we think that everything can be accomplished. But yes, there are many challenges that we face every day. And just like one thing that was really, really challenging and hard to develop was the way we display incomes in real time. And if you'll compare it with Uber showing you the car icon on the map in real time, this is even more difficult
Exactly.
because we deal with Interledger, we run our own infrastructure on our servers. We have to make it scalable, so whenever, I don't know, Justin Bieber will come to our platform, we will not shut it down.
Exactly.
So yeah, we have many challenges. We spend a lot of hours in the office, but it's all fun. And, it's just good to know that we are doing something great for content creators.
True. Absolutely. Absolutely. Before we went live, we were talking about a situation that most of the people here on chat are familiar with. I think it's Cyflux case. You wanted to add content exclusively on Coil, but he had a lot of people complaining about now I have to pay a subscription to see your content before it was free on YouTube. Um, is there a way that you could think about maybe overcome that, for example, with a solution that could show people a preview or the videos? Imagine you have a 10-minute video and you have the site set up to automatically, this one is my question, to automatically show a 10% or 15% preview or of that video, so that people that are not familiar with Coil, are not familiar with Cinnamon, arrive to Cinnamon and can have a little taste of what Cinnamon is, of what the content on Cinnamon is, to give people that extra will to subscribe in this situation.
Yes, really good question. Initially, we thought that content creators will have a problem like understand what Cinnamon is, what Coil is, what's wallet provider, and how to set up your accounts. But now we know that content creators are willing to do everything in order to upload stuff on Cinnamon and earn money. But on the other hand, there's very little view of on those videos because consumers are just not ready for something like this, or they're just too used to YouTube, and
Exactly.
that every content is for free. So what we'll do in near future will be the option for content creators to set their video that'll be available for everybody,
Okay.
or only for Coil subscribers.
Oh, okay. So
It doesn't mean that it'll be free content. If you'll make it available for everybody, you'll still earn from viewers that are having Coil subscription. But in this way, we will probably help with accessibility of our content, so people can, like, we want to put content creators in charge of deciding like what's going to be free, what's going to be paid, and so you can make shorter version of your content available for everybody, and then longer version, extended one, available only for Coil subscribers. And yes, in future we might have option to pick a range from your video, or a couple of ranges that'll be available for everybody, but that's more complicated, as we want to secure those payments, and that will never serve content for somebody that is non-Coil subscriber. We have to protect their content, so it's not that easy, and it takes time. And one of the other incentives are charities. That's also another way how we want to trigger people to pay $5 per month and donate. I don't know if you know, but in Indonesia, there are 80% of people in the country donate, and it's incredible. And US is, I think, fifth worldwide donating. So those are just little fun facts, and hopefully people will be more incentivized to pay for a subscription, because they will know that, okay, I'll not only pay for this video that I can watch on YouTube for free, but I also know that I'll donate.
Exactly. Yeah. That's awesome. The charity situation, I think it will really bring more people in. Absolutely. Rob, I have here Jerry asking, since there are still some issues integrating the videos, if you plan on having a tech support department.
Text support?
Tech support department. For example, instead of going to Twitter and send a question to Cinnamon Video, if you plan to have really a specialized department, for example, contact this email or contact this person to have tech support. Yeah.
Yes, we will. As you know, we use Intercom on our platform. It's at the bottom right corner.
Exactly.
And Intercom also provides for us a couple of more features as FAQ and help desk, and we are planning to implement that. So you'll be able to submit ticket, and we will reply to you properly through our web page and email.
Awesome. Let me see, because I have here another question on chat. Oh, it was Jerry. It's the one I just asked you now. So let me see. Here on chat, I think we're ready for now. Let's go back to our tweet questions. So I have several questions from you from Aussie Ninja, Crypto Adam. Adam is very, he has a lot of content on Cinnamon. He was really he had a lousy situation on YouTube in the past. He told us about it, about videos, people saying that the video had copyright content, that it hadn't. It was this video and it was very hard. So he gave up on YouTube, and now he uploads everything on Cinnamon. He's really active there. And so, first question, because we have a stream with Adam, Lauren, and Nick that we call The Plan, and we do it on YouTube because Cinnamon doesn't have live streaming. So first question for Adam is streaming on the roadmap?
Yes. So we definitely want to implement live streaming. It's not that easy if you have only 4 developers, but that's on the roadmap for Q3 or Q4. We still don't know, and we still don't know how we're gonna allow users to do live streams. You'll have to be verified user, as there are some scalability issues. If you want to develop it and make it global and scalable, you have to predict the traffic. And so it's not trivial, but we will do our best to implement it in 2020.
Okay, perfect. It's great to know that at least you are working to try to make it happen. Yeah, awesome. And so let's keep with Adam's questions. He says,
Right.
I love Cinnamon so much, but I'm super curious to know how Cinnamon makes money and how business is going so far.
Got it. So how we make money today is that if Coil subscriber will come to our website and he's not watching videos,
Yes.
that's the way we are paid, through web monetization.
Okay.
And we are also planning to take a cut from when he's watching videos as Coil subscriber. We still don't know how many percent, but we also know that if it will be 50%, we will still give you more like anywhere else.
Exactly.
We get numbers, and we know that like just giving you 50% of payment stream from Coil will give you in at least 2x more than on YouTube. And
Absolutely.
as you know, if the video will be longer, you'll get more. But we still don't have many numbers regarding the traffic and our hosting costs and server costs, so we don't know how to price it. But if we'll do, we'll be very transparent about it.
Yes, absolutely. One thing that you guys have, and I noticed that with the Cinnamon profile, whenever someone asks something on a tweet, you are right there answering to it right away, almost that second. That's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. So let's keep moving. I have one last question. No, I have two more questions from Adam. Um, so he's asking, it's more or less what you just answered. If you embed my cinnamon videos on the coil post, who gets paid?
Get it? The way web monetization works at the moment is that if there are two payment pointers on one website and both are different, the revenue will split equally. So it'll be 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
And we are brainstorming together with Coil about what would be the best solution. But as web monetization and Interledger are both open standards, this brainstorming will probably take a bit longer time. But hopefully we will figure it out. That's the situation right now, and we really want our videos to be embedded on whatever site, including Coil blog posts. And I
Perfect.
can say that we will have that ready in very, very near future.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So that's actually answers the question that Lauren added on the chat right now, and also answers the question from Ken, because Ken was asking, and so was Lauren, if we would be able to embed videos like we do with the YouTube videos, embed them on Coil blogs. So that answers that. That's awesome.
Just keep in mind that it'll work on desktop in your browser
Mhm.
whenever you are logged into Cinnamon. And if you'll go to Twitter and see embedded video there from Cinnamon, uh, browser will save your session. So it'll tell to that embedded video that you're still logged into that in that browser to Cinnamon. So you can stream payments to creators and we'll be able to watch that video whenever where you are. And the problem is with mobile. So you also have like all the websites that you use probably have their native apps, but we know that Twitter also saves in their native browser
Mhm.
cookies and sessions. So once you will log into Cinnamon in browser of Twitter, you'll be able to watch free content, not paid content, um, in the tweets. With the free content available for everybody, you'll be able to watch it anywhere you want.
Mhm.
Same as on
Exactly.
YouTube.
Exactly. That's awesome. Awesome news. I'm very happy with those. Now, here, Rob, we have a question from user case asset, also on the tweet. When web RTC streaming, like Rooms Dodge with Cinnamon and Coil.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Mhm. we
Not
are still doing
everything is planned, of course, of course.
we are still doing our research regarding the web RTC.
Hmm. Of course. No, but it's perfect. If everything was planned, things would born in like 2 seconds, everything would be great, no problems at all. These things takes time, of course, of course. And let me check the chat because I think that we have another question for you here. Okay, this one is about the charities. People are talking. That's a great idea. A great idea about the charities. So I had a question here and it slipped from me. So I'm going to ask people to tell me if they have more questions for you. The other one was about embedding videos. We covered that as well. Okay, let's
In the
wait.
meantime,
Yes,
pardon?
tell me.
In the meantime, I can also say that we are working on the mobile and TV apps. Hopefully, we will launch them in Q2.
I was going to ask you about the app. I was waiting to see if anyone was going to ask that on chat. If not, I was going to ask that myself. When a cinnamon app, exactly.
Yes, but we also we really want TV app, as we think that once you'll come back from work, you don't want to spend your time on any kind of device you normally use throughout the
Exactly.
day. So that's why we think about TV apps.
The TVF would be awesome, awesome. Especially because when you are watching a video, you want to see it as big as possible, of course. So to have a cinnamon video displayed on your TV screen, that's just a dream. That's awesome, awesome news. So compatible with any smart TV.
Yes,
Perfect.
we will see how it'll go. Maybe we'll just start with mobile app and then we will release TV app. I can't say anything more about.
But just the fact that you are considering apps, either mobile or a TV app, it's amazing because we are so used to have everything on our apps these days and to have notifications when, for example, I follow Adam, I follow Lauren, I follow Nick, to have a notification when they publish content. It's practical then to have to go on the website to check their profiles to see what they published. So that's
Yes,
perfect.
that's something we will also
Yeah.
improve the way you are notified about activity on your profile, because currently it's only in app or on the web, but we'll have push notifications in your once the app will be out, as well as email notifications.
Awesome, awesome. Notifications are also very important. Even if the app is not out, if you could have the notifications a bit before, that would be super helpful. Exactly, exactly. So, Rob, I have another question here from you, from Lauren. What features does it feel set Cinnamon apart from YouTube besides monetization?
What other features?
Mm-hmm.
So last year we spent a couple of weeks talking to content creators in LA, San Francisco, and we've discovered that they are having some troubles on YouTube, but not only there, also on Instagram and Twitter.
Exactly.
And they provided us a couple of hints how to bring to Cinnamon more features that could help them out, but I can't say anything. We are really focusing right now on accessibility and improvements that we are already aware of that we have to fix. But once we will have that done, we will start bringing features that you'll never seen before.
Okay, that's a great way to keep us on the edge. Yeah, absolutely.
The only thing I can say that there is huge gap between content creators and their users, and we will be focusing on improving the relationship between you and your user base, your fans. And that's the only thing I can say.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Adam Lauren just replied on chat. Ooh, intriguing. Yes, I'm intrigued myself. That's so
By time.
awesome. So you've done your job. Now you have us all in the edge of our seats waiting from new cinnamon update. That's perfect. And Rob, what would you say to someone like we were talking previously? It's not the person doesn't know anything about cinnamon, doesn't know anything about coil, about web monetization, about crypto, but what would you say to someone like this to subscribe to coil, to start using cinnamon videos? From your perspective, what's the best way to introduce cinnamon to people?
Got it. It's really not that easy to explain what we are doing to stranger. There are multiple aspects of our businesses. I'm pretty aware of it as I'm pitching cinnamon to investors every day, and it's not easy at all. Um, and Stefan Thomas just made great example of or comparison of cinnamon to something else, and I'll just borrow it from him. And it's Tesla in very early stages. So those supporters of Tesla, when it started, they didn't have many advantages. They just believed in better future and something that is just right and feels good. Um, so this is cinnamon, this is coil, this is us, and we just would love people to understand the future advantages of using web monetization, how it can improve whole economic of the world, how everybody can prosper from real time streaming of payments. And yeah, I'll be just glad if everyone will support us, share it, try to explain it, and we will work on the rest.
Exactly, exactly. One thing that I say all the time is that, for example, for the crypto investors, people always complain about XRP price, especially. XRP price is low, we need usage, we need utility to drive the price up. Coil and Cinnamon are giving that utility to XRP, and yet, why don't you subscribe to Coil and Cinnamon? Why? You have to subscribe. You have to help give that utility to XRP. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see bright future.
I'm sure of it. I have no doubt. Then, Nick is asking a question that we replied. You replied at the beginning. Where did the name cinnamon come from? Could you mention that just one more time, Rob?
Yeah, so first of all, it's English word. Um, it's like some people don't get if it's double N or just single N, but it's cinema plus monetization.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Oh, Riley is here. Riley just arrived. Riley, do you have
Hi.
any question for Rob? Let me type on chat because since there's a delay from us to YouTube, it's faster to type on chat. And we have someone also asking, why do I watch this on YouTube? Because Cinnamon
There's no
doesn't
live stream.
have yet a live stream, but in the future
I'm
we will be
sorry,
this.
guys.
Yeah. No, but it's fine. I know him. He's a sweetheart. No problem. So Riley says that at the moment she doesn't have a question for you, and I think that I will let you go, Rob, because for you it's almost 1 a.m. and you are awesome for doing this because it's very
Um,
late for you already. And thank you so much. And hopefully within 6 months we are here doing the same thing. I'm going to ask you more questions about the new features, so I will not forget that. I'm going to add that to my schedule to talk again with you in 6 months for us
all right.
to update again. I'm sure it will be awesome. You will have a lot of great news by then, hopefully, hopefully. And keep doing the amazing job you are doing because we need this. This is going to drive adoption to crypto, to web monetization, and you are doing an amazing job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob.
It's my pleasure to be here, and thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, wait, I have here. Okay, just one more question. I'm sorry, Rob. Lauren is asking. I have to ask you this question. Lauren is asking, Rob, does Rob have any favorite cinnamon creators? You can't pick favorites, right?
Oh, I can't comment on this. As I'm watching, I watch cinema videos quite a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but I see all of them from different perspective. I'm just happy from everything happening on cinnamon.
Exactly.
I can't thank more to everybody helping us out and posting stuff on cinnamon, engaging with the content, commenting, hyping. It's incredible job from the community that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And for someone who just started his own startup, it's just great to already have community around, and that we don't do everything from scratch.
Yes, of
It's
course, of course.
incredible.
And the great thing about this community is that people are willing to help, are willing to share, help spreading the word. Nobody is concerned. Okay, well, there's a little bit of situations where, for example, people say you are always talking about cinnamon, you are always talking about coil. So the obvious answer is, of course, they are going to boost XRP price. They are using XRP, the price will come up. This is great for everyone. And on top, to be able to be on a website without advertising, without your data being sold to we don't know who, that's just amazing. And we need to really value that. Oh, I have, I'm sorry, Rob, just one more question because this one is interesting. Ersten is asking why views counter sometimes doesn't work. Are you aware of this situation? Because he says that he watches someone video and then the video is still at 0 views after.
Oh, interesting. So I think currently we count one view if you'll watch at least, I don't know if it's 15 or 20% of the video.
Mm-hmm.
So what can happen is that 15% is 10 minutes. So it will not count. And we are aware of it, and we will improve it with our new release. It'll work similarly to YouTube, but it's also not trivial, as you can have bots watching content and making cinnamon looking great and big with multiple views on every video, and we really want to be transparent about everything.
Exactly, exactly. I totally understand and support that decision because transparency is really important. If you had platforms, other platforms being more transparent, there will not be the situation that people are having now wanting to leave YouTube. And is something that you don't want people doing the same to you in the future. So transparency brings people, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. So now I don't have any more questions on chat, and I'm going to let you go to bed. Now this is it.
I'm used to it, as we deal with US market, and I spend a lot of time on the call with US clients. So
Exactly, exactly. So you are like me. You are living now at USA time. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
all right,
Thank you so much for being here, Rob. And I'm going
thanks
to
for
hold
having me.
you up to the thing that I said. In 6, 7 months, I'm going to bother you again to be here with me. Okay? Here, or if everything goes well, already on cinnamon. We never know. Maybe that goes fast.
Yeah, we'll see.
Exactly. Awesome. Thank you so
All
much
right,
for being here, Rob. Thank you, everyone on the chat that was here with us today. Rob's link, no, sorry, Twitter link is on the description. Please follow Rob on Twitter as well. Great guy. So follow him and
thank you.
follow the Cinnamon profile as well. Let's spread the word about cinnamon, about coil as much as we can, guys. Thank you, Rob. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.